Hello everybody, it's time for another one of our volunteer spotlights. Today's spotlight is Mr. Rick Purrington. Thanks for joining us today.
You bet.
So, tell me where you're from.
I'm from Roy, Utah.
How long did you serve in the military?
20 years. The Army drafted me, and I said, I don't want to pack a gun in Vietnam. So, and of course I grew up here, and I've always loved airplanes. And my dad worked at Hill. I got a taxi on a C-119 one time, a high-speed taxi, and I thought that was cool. But I've always loved aviation, so I joined the Air Force.
What was your job in the military?
I was a crew chief on fighter jets. I always tell people it's my airplane. I just loaned it to the pilot because he'd bring it back and it was broken. I had to fix it. You know, if I couldn't fix it, whatever was, if you had a specialist on it, then the specialist would come out and they'd work it. But I was always there, and that was a crew chief's job, is to make sure that the specialists fill out the paperwork right and do the panels and things. But that's why a crew chief always had his name on the airplane.
And what was your favorite aircraft to work on?
You know, probably 13 years with the F-4. It was the hardest aircraft to work on, but it was the coolest looking fighter, you know. But for ease of maintenance and a fun airplane, because it was easier, the F-15. Everything that was hard on the F-4, the McDonnell Douglas fixed that on the F-15. I did that for about 11 years on the A-10, then I retired there in 2016.
And how long have you been with the museum now?
Probably 6 months, maybe.
Do you have a tie to any of the planes that we have in here?
Yes, I was a crew chief on F-4s for 13 years. I crewed F-15s, and I retired out of Mountain Home with 111s and T-38s.
Why did you become a volunteer?
Because I love aircraft.
What's your favorite thing about being a volunteer?
Probably using my knowledge in that to tell people about the Air Force, which I thoroughly loved the whole time I was in the Air Force. And I want more and more people to enjoy the Air Force, and possibly some of the younger guys joining the Air Force.
Do you have any hobbies?
Well, I used to fly radio-controlled airplanes. Ever since I was a kid, I used to build control lines, you know, balsa, and I would cover them in that and fly control line, and then later I did radio control. I used to do a Jeep. I used to go rock crawling. So I did a lot of rock crawling with my Jeep. And I sold the Jeep, and then I got a Razor. So we had that, and now I'm restoring two Honda 90. They're not a motorcycle, they're just kind of a dirt bike. But they have low gearing in them, so you can take them out in the hills and that.
Well, I want to thank you for taking time to sit and talk to me today. We really appreciate you being here, Rick. It's a pleasure having you here.
And I enjoy coming.